Afternoon, everybody. My name's Geneva. I'm living in Melbourne and I am an early childhood educator. We had moved to Melbourne several years ago. My ex-husband was in the military and we'd separated. So it was a pretty sad time, a bit of unsure time. So I was, feeling a bit sad. I was feeling a bit lost. I was really a little bit concerned. My son's wedding was coming up and I was really concerned about having interactions with him, I suppose. So there was a lot of fear and anxiety around that. At the time, so when we had separated, which was back in 2015, I was quite emotional. We'd been together for 30 years. I was a little bit used to being by myself because he would deploy for many months of the year, but it was a whole unknown. Like, we were in a new city. I had no family here. We had sort of joint friends. We did everything together as a family. So it was the whole surviving on your own, I suppose, and also like not having somebody else to talk to, like running things past them. And at the time, I had a child in year 12 and a child in year 7. And so I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't eating well. But over time, I was managing that. I had got to a point that I needed to make new friends. I needed to not be just known by like the divorcee, like it was against taboo, I suppose. My parents are still married and they're in their late 80s and 90s. So it felt not shameful that I had separated and divorced, but it was like that a little bit. So I needed to get out of that. I didn't want that to be the be end all. I needed to grow from that. I needed to get over my anxiety and find a way forward to be able to enjoy life again. And so, I just decided one day that I would just take the plunge. It was time. I needed to do something for me. It was such a big part of my life, being married, and I love being married, and lots of good times. Obviously there was not so good times. I wanted to just, I suppose, weep it away a little bit, and I realised that my ex-husband sort of filled a part. Like, I was obviously searching for something and he filled that void. But by also doing it, I've learnt that I actually need to fill that void within myself. Well, I feel a bit more confident. I haven't probably practiced. I can talk about things so we'll discuss, like my daughter and I will sort of discuss about, places that we would have gone as a family, and I can talk quite comfortably about that without being triggered. I feel at peace of what's happened, and obviously things happen for a reason, and I still believe that. And, we both feel the need for each other at the time, and I understand that we're both on separate journeys. I haven't gone into a new relationship. I haven't gone looking for a new relationship, but I feel quite comfortable with that. Like, I suppose at the beginning of the separation, and I didn't want to be alone, whereas I actually feel I don't need a male to make me feel not alone, sort of thing. I'm quite all right by myself. I felt also, like when we separated, that everything fell on me. So all the maintenance of the house, all that sort of thing. Yes, I wanted the house and I still want the house, but I actually don't think twice now when things need doing around the house, I'll organise a handyman to come and do it. Like, I don't feel like I have to do it. Like, I'm quite happy to do that. I've probably been a bit more positive. I think there's still probably lots to learn. I'm probably a little bit more aware of like the red flags to watch out for, not necessarily just fall for the first person that might pay attention to me, and also just not putting up with just anybody. I was fearful of trying new things, scared of the future, and a little bit vulnerable. I feel more confident in my decision making. I feel less fearful, and I'm excited for the future.